Order, order. Hello and welcome to Reporters Without Order. This is the podcast where we talk about what made news, what didn't, and something that absolutely shouldn't have. Joining me in the studio are two of my colleagues, Shivnarayan Rajpurohit and Pratyush Deep. Hello, boys. What's up?
बढ़िया bro. Maybe थोड़ा I was looking
What?
at something, so
Okay, Shiv, you're back from Rajasthan. How was it?
it was good. I was there for 10 days. I wanted to go to more places, but I couldn't go because they were only.
Where did
I
you?
was there only for 10 days. I visited Jaipur, Udaipur, Tonk, Bikaner, my home city, and Pratapgarh, Udaipur, of course. Yeah, five cities, I think, 5-6 cities.
Where did you want to go to and you couldn't?
I wanted to travel more towards western Rajasthan,
Hmm.
Jodhpur, Badmer area. Right. So there I couldn't go. And Churu also.
The question on everyone's mind is, will Rajasthan break its tradition of voting out the incumbent government? What do you think? We all want to know that.
It's very difficult for me to say because I didn't cover the whole of, the entire state. But I believe that it's going to be a tight contest between BJP and Congress.
Why tight?
But I still feel that BJP might win it.
But why Congress is giving a tough fight? What's the big hit?
Because of
welfare schemes?
Because of its welfare schemes, people are talking about these schemes, and whether these, the beneficiaries of these welfare schemes, would it translate into votes for Congress? That's that's the thing to watch out for. It's also the election between welfare schemes and anti incumbency. It's also worth mentioning here that most of the welfare schemes were launched in the run-up to the elections, like 2 or 3 months before the elections. Most of them, not all of them. Chiranjeevi scheme, I think, they increased the insurance net from 10. It was 10 lakh, and then 25 lakh rupees. That scheme has been in operation for 2 years, if I'm correct. But rest of the schemes, the implementation part, the government had very little time to ensure that. All those, people who qualify for a particular scheme, all of them get the benefits.
And what's working for BJP?
So there are two things, if we talk about the issues, there are two things which might be working for the BJP. One is the law and order situation in Rajasthan. According to the NCRB data, Rajasthan recorded the highest number of rape cases in 2021. As per the incident of rape cases per lakh population, Rajasthan is also at the top. The second thing is the issue of paper leaks. I think in the last 5 years, there have been more than 17 paper leaks. It could be more. I'm not sure about the exact figure. And youths are unhappy with the Congress government. So these are two things which might be working for the BJP. And then, of course, if you look at the speeches of prominent leaders from the BJP, including Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he also raked up the issue of Kanhaiyalal's murder, the Udaipur tailor who was killed by 2 Muslim youths, and the construction of Ram Temple, and other Hindutva issues.
Is Kanhaiyalal issue striking chord with people? Because you spoke to his family, they said that don't politicize the issue. And is it an issue outside Udaipur?
Not only Kanhaiyalal's family, I also spoke with I went to the market where Kanhaiyalal had his shop. So I spoke with his friends and people in the market area. They said like Kanhaiyalal is not an issue. Kanhaiyalal's murder is not an issue, but he could have been saved if the government was prompt in protecting him. But I think that they will vote on the basis of the performance of this government, how satisfied they are.
So all the stories you did, I think the most interesting to me was the story in which you looked into the WhatsApp group of BJP.
Yeah.
And you have also looked at Congress WhatsApp strategy a bit, not in as much as detail as the BJP. How would you rate the social media campaigning of BJP and Congress?
WhatsApp would not come under social media. WhatsApp would, because in BJP and Congress, both have separate teams for social media and IT. So under IT department, department takes care of WhatsApp groups, and social media would take care of Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. So I'll come to social media part later, but as far as WhatsApp groups are concerned, I think Congress is far behind, because I asked Congress people to add me to their WhatsApp groups. So I also wanted to monitor their content, what kind of content they push to the electorate, but they didn't add me. send them reminders also. But the BJP's WhatsApp machinery is huge, and they have been working on it since 2019 Lok Sabha elections.
And Congress?
And Congress woke up to this challenge or this strategy only 2-3 months ago. So the BJP has 38,000 WhatsApp groups of electorate.
And Congress?
Not even considering WhatsApp groups of their office bearers. So I looked at what kind of content we can talk about later.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
And about how many WhatsApp group does Congress have? 38,000 is a big number for BJP.
So one number I'm sure of is that Congress has some 1,700 WhatsApp groups of their office bearers. And Sumit Bagasra is a Congress leader who takes care of WhatsApp strategy. He is the chairperson of Congress Digital Wing in Rajasthan. So he threw some numbers saying that 80% of booths have WhatsApp groups. 80% booths would mean 40,000 WhatsApp groups. But then I cross-checked with some of the people who are working in the war room. They said, like, this is not true. Like, we are at the very initial stage, at the nascent stage of pushing our content through WhatsApp groups.
WhatsApp.
Yeah.
So while I was reading your story, it looked like everything is in very much sync with each other. There's a lot of coordination. So how is this machinery operating? Can you explain us the structure of it? I think that's very interesting.
Suppose if BJP has to create a WhatsApp group in booth A. So the person in charge of booth A, he will create the WhatsApp group, and there's a limit of 1,000 members you can add. So once that limit reaches, once they reach the limit of 1,000 people, then that WhatsApp group's command control is passed down to the Rajasthan BJP headquarters. So then the Rajasthan BJP headquarters, they monitor, they manage, they push out the content. So there could be several administrators managing that WhatsApp group. So Rajasthan BJP headquarters would also be one of the admins. That's how the group is created. That's how all the groups are centralized. So if in case somebody revolts in particular booth, somebody revolts against BJP, so they don't have to rely on that booth, the former booth in charge. So they can take control of the WhatsApp group and remove whosoever they want to.
What kind of revolt?
So suppose a person doesn't get ticket from the BJP and he's part of the WhatsApp group, he's managing the WhatsApp group. So since the control has gone to Rajasthan BJP headquarters, they can remove people who are close to the person who didn't get the ticket, and he would be considered rebel, right? So he could misuse their WhatsApp group.
So they're taking care.
So that's why the WhatsApp group monitoring everything is so centralized in BJP. And then there are creative teams in every city, in Jaipur, in Delhi. They also get content from Delhi.
How many people are part of these WhatsApp group?
I mean, you're talking about the people who are working only on this in Rajasthan BJP?
How many people they have been able to reach out through these WhatsApp groups?
Okay, so Rajasthan BJP's WhatsApp group in charge, he told me that each group has 1,000 members. But this is not true, because I was added to more than 10 WhatsApp groups of BJP. These WhatsApp groups were from Bikaner, from Pratapgarh, from Banswara, from Udaipur, these cities. So I could not see in any of the group where the number was around 1,000, not even close. So the highest was around 400, and the least number of members in the group was 50 plus. So the number of members that they have been able to connect with could be less.
But on an average, it could be 38,000 into 500? Maybe if we take an average number, or...
Yeah, even if it's 500, it's a huge number.
But do you think it is as impactful as during the elections? I'm not talking about before it. Like during the election, it is more about, like, don't you think the physical campaign
it's not that
and
these,
the narrative?
No, it's not that these WhatsApp group operate only during elections. So still, I mean, they keep sending something or the other. It could be Islamophobic, it could be anti-Congress, it could be like taking swipe at the Gandhi family. I met a lot of youths. One of them told me that Rahul Gandhi is a Muslim. I asked him, from where did you get this information? He said, like, through social media, through WhatsApp group.
It's basically a fake factory, basically.
Fake factory, yeah. At the same time, there are also messages, like if it's a campaign, if somebody is coming to their city, they would push out, they would send messages saying that this leader is coming, so just reach there and kind of show strength, like so more and more people can
Because I'm
reach and,
curious
yeah.
because about this WhatsApp group, and I'm like, I
Mm.
doubt their impact because I am also added to a lot of groups, not about BJP Congress, a lot of groups, like, there are groups about even the farmers, like normal farmers, farming in about some vegetables and all. I have added to some groups, but I don't even check their messages there regularly.
Yeah, because
Maybe
you're
because of-
disinterested. Like when there is a story about farmers, right? Then you will check the WhatsApp message. If I'm part of one constituency where something has happened, some incident has happened. So if
Maybe it is very
BJP wants to convey some message, of course,
Maybe it
people from
also-
that area will check the messages. Like if it interests you, of course, it's not that just because you've been added, you will check it. But if you're from the same area and if it affects you, only then you'll check the messages, right?
Maybe it's also because of like the kind of people it will impact. Maybe for you these things are not interested, but those people who are part of those WhatsApp group, their kind of background they're coming from, it might be important for them. We'll come to that part later, that about the impact. So it's a big factor, there's no doubt about it. But I was more interested in to know that how people are becoming part of these WhatsApp groups.
Okay, it could be through various ways. One is that the booth in charge, he has the contact numbers of people who are in one area. So he goes to each house, or he knows a lot of people there, and maybe he has some of the contact numbers in his phone book also. So there are various ways through which you can add people in your WhatsApp group. Of course, you don't want to add somebody who is anti-BJP. So they're very careful who to add, whom not to add. So that's how the various methods to add somebody in the group.
What kind of content they're pushing out on WhatsApp groups? The BJP.
So in those 10-15 WhatsApp groups that I monitored for 10 days, I found that mostly it was about outreach programs of local leaders, sending messages about the itinerary of say BJP candidate, where he's scheduled for the day. Then if some big leader is coming, say Vasundhara Modi is going to that constituency, then they invite, they tell their supporters that you need to reach that spot in big numbers, huge numbers, and just spread this message to your groups also. And the most interesting factor for our story was it was not limited to the perfunctory scheduling and everything. There were a lot of messages where they would say that pass this message to all your groups, where they are saying that जो रामलला को लेकर आए हैं, हमें उन्हें जिताना है, हमें उन्हें विजयी बनाना है. उसमें there were the messages like, if you don't know who to vote for, then ask Abhinandan, the fighter pilot who was captured by Pakistan. Ask Kanhaiyalal's family. Ask sadhus of Ayodhya. So and so forth. And then there were messages about like comparing Prime Minister Narendra Modi with Manmohan Singh, where Manmohan Singh says that the first right on India's resources rests with the Muslims. But this is not correct. I think somebody has already debunked this fake news. And where Modi, and in contrast, Modi's picture is there, and Modi says that the poor and the underprivileged, they have the first right on India's resources. So this kind of fake news is being spread in WhatsApp groups also. And another thing is, I met a lot of youths. They were also talking about the same thing.
We'll come to that later about how, like, whether people are buying it or not. But you have spoken about the BJP, what kind of content they are pushing out on their WhatsApp groups. Now tell us what kind of content Congress is pushing out on their WhatsApp groups.
Since I was not added to Congress WhatsApp groups, I requested Sumit Bagasra to add me to these groups. But
did you speak to them? Because in Delhi there is a buzz that this design box is working on working with Ashok Gehlot, and they have been strategizing the whole election from the beginning. And for I think all of us know what is design box and where their performances in Northeast or any other places. Design box performance in Assam was very poor. So given that, how do you think do you think this is because of this third party engagements or this consultants?
It's not unusual for a political party to hire a
It's not
consultancy firm.
unusual.
I don't know how the Congress government roped in Design Box. Since you were saying that their track record is not that good, right? First, the Congress government hired Design Box to promote its schemes, to promote the face of Ashok Gehlot. After the elections were announced, they worked with the party. And there were issues between the party and Naresh, who heads the firm, and it was reported in media also. Then they worked with the party, so that was their engagement. I think that what might not work in favor of the Congress in this election is that the Sachin Pilot remained, like, his face was not there on posters. It was only Ashok Gehlot. I think there was this interview, Indian Express interviewed Ashok Gehlot, where there was one question where Indian Express asked the Chief Minister, how come Rahul Gandhi has arrived Rajasthan so late? So Ashok Gehlot replied saying, Rahul Gandhi trusts me. So it's like he has taken upon himself to make Congress win this election. Last election, it was Sachin Pilot. Sachin Pilot was the Congress president, state Congress president, and he campaigned with a lot of vigor, and he traveled across the state. He would hold so many rallies, he would address so many public meetings in one day. But this time, I think he was not as active as he should have been. But at the same time, it seems that the Congress party, led by Ashok Gehlot, he almost sidelined Sachin Pilot from the campaigning.
Okay. So Congress is like basically there has been intense internal fighting during the elections.
Yeah, you might see Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot waving together, holding hands and waving in presence of their senior leaders. But I don't think so. Everything is all right in Congress.
What about the BJP? What is going inside BJP? Like, we know about the Sachin Pilot and
BJP has a lot of chief ministerial hopefuls. Vasundhara Raje being the top. Vasundhara, I think towards the last leg of election, Vasundhara Raje was very active in campaigning, and it seemed that the differences have been resolved to some extent. But still, it's like, you understand these issues or these episodic infighting when results are in, right? Then suppose the BJP has 90 seats and the majority mark is 101. Then maybe the central leadership of the BJP may have to rely on Vasundhara Raje, because she can conjure up those numbers. She can help BJP cross the majority mark.
Right.
Same thing happened with Ashok Gehlot last time. Sachin Pilot was presented in Rajasthan as like chief ministerial face, right? There could be contest between Gehlot and Pilot. But since Congress got only 100 seats and they were just one short of majority mark, and we have seen a lot of instances where the BJP would pounce on independents, or would break away would take some MLAs, would poach some MLAs from the Congress, right? So at the time, the Congress central leadership relied on Gehlot because Gehlot could get more MLAs to have safe majority. So I think if BJP falls short of the majority mark, the Vasundhara Raje will have big role to play. I think then Vasundhara Raje would become chief minister.
Would be the second in after Vasundhara?
I think that then there are a lot of names after Vasundhara Raje. One is one that youths have most talked about. The BJP supporters is the MP from Alwar, Baba Balak Nath.
Okay.
He's fighting from Tijara Assembly constituency in Alwar.
Okay.
So he's also seen as chief ministerial candidate. He's very popular. He's called Yogi Adityanath of Rajasthan. Very popular among youths who support BJP, of course. And then there is one Diya Kumari who is also an MP from Rajasthan. She's contesting from Jaipur's Vidyanagar seat. And then there are other names like Union Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat.
Okay, so coming back to the WhatsApp story, one thing I wanted to ask you was, you say that you have traveled 2,000 kilometers, 4 districts, 15 villages, to understand the impact of these WhatsApp messages. And this is something which Pratyush also wants to know, whether this is impactful or not. So what did you find out?
When I was in Udaipur and the tribal areas near Udaipur, I tried to find out people who are part of these groups it doesn't have to be the group that I was part of. There could be other several hundreds of groups. For example, Bikaner district alone has more than 3,500 WhatsApp groups, Bikaner alone. So I met youths and I asked them about the BJP. I asked them about the policies of Congress government, and I would ask them what they think about BJP. And then the conversation would go on and on. Then I would come to the part where, like, if I found out people who are BJP supporters, or people who are recent converts, like who have recently switched from Congress to the BJP, why they've switched from Congress to the BJP, what is the reason? Does Hindutva play any role? Then if they say that, like, there was this guy from in a village in a tribal village in Pratapgarh, and he asked me, he was 17 and a half years old, and 2 months shy of 18. So of course he can't vote, but he said, like, my first question is, he posed one question to me saying, my first question is, why did Congress deploy 25 MLAs against the construction of Ram Temple? Then I asked him from where he got this information. He showed me his WhatsApp group. He showed me Instagram story also. Like, this guy is saying, that's why I'm asking this question. Of course, I would not counter him whether it's fake or true.
I'm not
right?
asking them.
But then at the same time, similar messages.
Did you ask him if they cross-check this kind of an information?
Why would they?
No.
They would not know.
No, they would
most
not.
Most of them believe what they see on social media or WhatsApp, because that confirms their bias. If they have some bias, then if you see, I believe that the Congress is Congress does appeasement politics, right? And if you get a message saying that, look at the family tree of Rahul Gandhi, so that concludes that Rahul Gandhi is a Muslim.
Coming to my last question, Shiv, in your story you mentioned that as the elections come closer, the content which the BJP pushes out on this WhatsApp messages also increases. I was just wondering, does Election Commission try to play any role in controlling the campaigning on social media, or are they just not up to the mark?
I don't know. I haven't seen it through the lens of Election Commission. What can Election Commission can do to prevent these hate messages, Islamophobic messages, and fake news, right? I don't know. I think it needs to be explored. I haven't seen, because maybe Election Commission has said something on social media, how social media should be regulated, if it's a silence period.
Okay, coming to Pratyush, your story has shook up things in the power corridors of Delhi.
Yes, nothing like that. I don't believe so.
But I believe so. Everyone is sharing it on Twitter.
People share it, like, it has nothing in, like, in a sense to shake up something,
Okay, you're quite humble, I believe.
Humble nahi, I am talking about what is reality.
Okay, so it's titled as A Thorn in Kejriwal's Side, the controversies of Chief Secretary Naresh Kumar. Thorn is a strong word. Why do you say so? And that to use this word in a headline.
If you take his, like, since he became the Chief Secretary of Delhi, his activities, like all the controversies around him, like, gives you this sense only, because, like, when he joined, I think he joined in April 2022, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So 2 months after that, he sent the report, 2 or 3 months in June or July. He sent the report on the excise policy that led to the CBI case, which arrested Manish Sisodia, now Sanjay Singh. All these AAP leaders are behind the bars because of that report only. It started from that report of Naresh Kumar. Then there were a lot of conflict between AAP and Mr. Naresh Kumar. Even Kejriwal, when you remember the Supreme Court order came and it said the services would be in the hand of the services department, which empowers to transfer and terminate the bureaucrats. When it was the Supreme Court hand over this power of services to the Delhi government, Aam Party clearly said that they don't want Naresh Kumar as the Chief Secretary. Instead, they want PK Gupta. So, and before that, Saurabh Bhardwaj, Aam Aadmi Party minister, clearly said that he was getting death threat from Naresh Kumar. So, if you see bureaucracy and the politicians in that kind of a conflict, which is, I don't think
but being a thorn in in politician side could be a good thing also, no?
No, not good thing. It is about a issue
Yeah.
of governance. He is not a politician. He is
Hmm.
not a, what to say, he's not a journalist, Naresh Kumar. Naresh Kumar is a bureaucrat. He has the responsibility to serve the people and work with a government because the people of Delhi has voted power to Kejriwal. They voted power to Sheila Dikshit. It's a power of people. They decide, this guy will, this party or the guy or this minister or this MLA would work for us. And then the work of the bureaucracy as per the Indian constitution, if you see, they have to coordinate with the elected representative to get things done instead of getting into conflict ki bhai main nahi karunga tum nahi karoge. So that's how his whole thing come.
We'll come to that part later, that how is it impacting the governance in Delhi. But you mentioned in your story that he is close to who is considered another Thorn of Delhi, LG VK Saxena.
Yeah, it is all there. Everybody
How are
knows.
they too close? You haven't told that in the story, but I would like to know that.
They're close in a sense. Many bureaucrats told me, see, like if you see, there are reports. Let's talk about not talk about who said what. Let's come to some of the,
we won't ask you that. All of us are reporters. We understand that.
So basically, if you check the news reports, I think few months ago, if I'm not wrong, the Shelley Oberoi, the MCD mayor, was supposed to go to some international trip for some conference, official. So when he sought the permission, the divisional commissioner, if I'm not wrong, sent the papers. It's a process. You have to take a permission. So it ultimately reached to Naresh Kumar, CS. And Naresh Kumar directly sent the file to LG office. Without passing it through the CM. So he was bypassing the CM. Then like Aap was like saying all this, he bypassed the CM and all these allegations come up. Then LG office issued a statement like showing very anger on the Aam Aadmi Party statement saying ki, no, I have sent the file back to the Chief Minister's office so that he should be kept in loop in the political matters. So these are the kind of things like latest dekh lo ki when RTC sent a report of Naresh Kumar's alleged involvement in some of the irregularities and she asks ki her report should be included in the CBI inquiry that is going on against this Bamnoli land deal case. No, LG said ki no, it has no, like, it seems to be a very subjective and all. He rejected the report. So he could have took a due diligence or his, like, there are ways to deal
There are
with.
a lot of evidences to show that, but did you try to explore this angle that how did the two come close? When
There are
did
many
it start?
people, see, there are a lot of things that I cannot verify. That's why I don't write. Even if I'm saying it here, I have no proof or I don't want to, like, say this is the case. But there are many people who say it when Mr. Naresh Kumar was the chairperson of the NDMC and VK Saxena was in the Khadi Gram Udyog, na? He was the
Khadi
Commission ka chairman tha. Then there was some event in the Connaught Place. The office used to be in Connaught Place and Connaught Place comes under NDMC. So there was some event. Then he said, like, people say, this event was like to organize this event, NDMC helped them very, like, there was a big event and as a chairperson of NDMC, Naresh Kumar helped him or what, that kind of gossips are there. Mainly people said it is not about Mr. Kumar being close to the LG. I spoke to some journalists, some bureaucrats who had worked with him. According to them, Mr. Kumar always be on the right side of the power. That was what they told me. And
is he going to retire tomorrow?
That depends on the Supreme Court.
On his
judge.
closeness with LG?
It's not. It's on in the Supreme Court, no.
No,
Yeah,
no. The center has already.
No. What happened last Friday? There was a conflict, no. Case Aam Aadmi, like, Delhi government has approached the Supreme Court saying, even if in case of extension of a chief secretary or appointment of a new chief secretary, the chief minister and the government, elected government, should be consulted. Then Friday, Supreme Court said, ki, why don't you told center, ki, why don't you give a panel of 5 or 4 officers and let the chief minister and the elected government select out of it. Then on Tuesday, there was a hearing where center said ki they don't give any panel, like, 5 officers panel. They said ki we want to extend the tenure of chief secretary. And now then Aam Aadmi, like, the Delhi government opposed it ki that's the problem, you are not giving us options, you are just deciding on your own. Then today there will be a hearing where it will, like, Supreme Court has asked the center to show the power, like what is the power, like, no, I don't remember.
Separation of power.
No. What is what do they have? Do they have any power to do such extension? And they even commented ki why you are selecting one officer out there. Is there no other officer to take up the CS post? Why do you want to extend him? To ask them to give a reason for his extension. So it was like that he might get an extension. I
But
mean.
but if you look at from the legal perspective, I mean center has
power.
the power to extend
Yeah, extend it. Yeah, they have the power.
the stint of chief secretary.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So they are likely. It is likely that he will get an extension.
That's very interesting.
But if he gets an extension, this conflict will go on. No, it is not good. Good for the people in terms of governance, because you can see a lot of कि यहाँ पे fund नहीं आ रहा है, ये काम रोक दिया. These allegations are always there in the public. You can see latest कौन सी project है, RRTS project में भी आम आदमी party has blamed the finance secretary of not releasing the funds. So this conflict will go on because that's the important part. Like as a citizens, we deserve the facilities or benefits of the governance, no? But if the two power centers, bureaucracy and the government fight with each other and don't deliver, it is the people who will be at the loss.
But I have just one question here. Why is it so that IS officers who are working with the Delhi government, they are so vocal? Like if something happens to them, they will do press conference. But this is not the case in other states.
Yeah, because here it is the GNCTD Act, no? That act, I was speaking to a senior bureaucrat. So he was telling me he has been in there for like 4 decades, 3 decades, not 4. So he was telling me ki there are a lot of lack of clarity in separation and the division of powers.
Separation of power.
In GNCTD Act, they are like blurred lines. And when Congress and like earlier BJP, even in Congress, there used to be a consensus between the center and the union, like Delhi government.
Yeah, that's my next question.
Yeah.
How come Sheila Dixit could work with the bureaucrats?
Because so that's
when the party at the center was different.
So there were a lot of things there. Because some people, like the same bureaucrat was telling me, before 2012, Delhi used to be the heaven. Nobody wants to go out of it. Like if somebody is transferred out of Delhi, we just go to the Delhi government and ask, I would not say whom he referred to, but they would go to the particular politicians or the ministers, and they just say, no, we cannot relieve him, and they keep staying in Delhi. It was a heaven for all. And another problem is, since the beginning, it is a union territory. It is not like a full state, no. The MHA has the power of this appointments, transfer, and all those things. The AGMU cadre, it comes under the MHA. Delhi is in bureaucracy, there are cadres, no? So this is AGMU, Arunachal
AGMUT.
AGMUT. So this cadre comes under MHA and they handle everything. So this is where the conflict is. If somebody has good connection in MHA, he can do a lot of things than the one close to the chief minister maybe. Or it is especially more when it is the central government is a different party and Delhi government is built from a different.
But at the same time, it's very hard for bureaucrat to keep both the parties happy.
Yeah, definitely.
If you're on one side, then.
So that's what I think. There is a quote in my story, if I am not wrong. One bureaucrat said that all these controversies and conflict are because the post of chief secretary has become a political hot seat.
You have mentioned that in your story.
Yeah, it's a political hot seat. It is not like like another ki haan main chief secretary hu. It is like there are a lot of politics involved, and he, like you said, ki he has to, like the chief secretary has to satisfy both the parties, and he knows ki whom to where the benefit is.
But he's also legally bound.
Yeah, legally bound.
Yeah.
But all
he has
things
to go by the rules also, right?
But if you see when the Vijay Dev was the chief secretary of Delhi, there was no such conflict. It was during his period this excise policy came. So there were coordination between the bureaucracy and the government, but there were past conflicts as well. If you see this Sharma guy, I forgot his name, then another bureaucrat who said, the Aam Aadmi Party trashed him in the chief minister's house.
But maybe Naresh Kumar's predecessor wanted to stay clear of controversy. So he would keep both LG and Delhi government in loop, whatever decision he was taking.
He could have done it. It was in
Maybe
his...
Naresh Kumar is not doing this.
So clearly in the story, there are not just in the story, but Aam Aadmi Party politicians, they have a lot of allegations, alleging a lot of things against Naresh Kumar. But maybe as a reporter, I would think that politicians are not that, I would not trust their word as much as I would trust anybody else's.
Correct.
So do senior bureaucrats in Delhi cabinet share the same view of Naresh Kumar as of Aam Aadmi Party?
No,
Politicians.
it differs. Like, many says ki, Mr. Kumar is very highly ambitious. He, like, he's doing all these things so that he can get a good posting after retirement, or he get a good extension. Ki, see, sir, I have done something. Basically, they say ki he's trying to please the center. And some say ki it is just because of the position. The position has become so politically hot seat that he has to act like this. Because if you see, in Naresh Kumar also served in NDMC, and these allegations you are talking about, it is not about ki, it is more about corruptions and irregularities, and it is not by, I don't think it is even made by the Aam Aadmi Party, or it has come to light time to time, and many things have not been reported.
Right.
So whatever we have written, it is not based on he said, we said. It is based on documents that we get. Even we are not saying he has done irregularities, but there is allegations. And allegations is based on some, kind of documents that shows, just suppose SDMC thing. There's a company called A to Z, which is very controversial. If you see their work in UP, even Ludhiana, they haven't done any waste management, but like, there are a lot of litigations going against this company. So this company got contract of waste management in South Delhi Municipal Corporation in 2016, late 2016. So, and Naresh Kumar was at that point serving as the chairperson of NDMC. The allegations comes from this, that NDMC is the most powerful body, and SDMC is like, not as influential as NDMC,
not as rich as
NDMC. So Mr. Kumar has influenced his junior officers to get it done, because Kumar's son served as the director of the company from 2014 to 16. So there is some point, it is not, I'm not saying he has done it, but this allegation stems from there. So it is not baseless allegations. There are some bases which might not be true, and nobody can say Mr. Naresh Kumar has done it.
Okay.
Yeah,
so this is there in your story.
Yeah. This is an allegations that
And
surrounds
we were the first one to report on this.
Yeah, because nobody has reported on A to Z.
On A to Z, huh?
Yeah, and there is again a Lokpal complaint against him.
Which you
it is
have
about
been able to
there are
prove.
two shops, sealing and desealing of two shops in the gold market area, which the complaint is in Lokpal.
So he is also involved in
He has been named in the complaint.
in the complaint. Okay.
And Lokpal has pursuing this complaint, and I think last hearing happened in September.
Last question: how does it impact the governance in Delhi
Like this conflict between the Aam Aadmi Party
and the chief secretary?
It is impacting in a lot of ways. Like, very often if you check the newspapers only, you will see how the Delhi government often alleges our files are not being
Files have been stonewalled.
Not stonewall, but like
Then
basically pending
They're
and
not moving forward. Or,
these kind of allegations are always there. Then of course, when the bureaucracy in a conflict with the elected government, like government cannot function properly, in some way or other. Like, they might have, Aam Aadmi Party might have a policy, we will do this. The bureau chief secretary would say, no, I don't think it is viable. So keep it like, we'll do it next. So this kind of things would be there. Maybe chief secretary has a good suggestion for the government, then government would say, why would we listen to you? You haven't listened to us. So this kind of conflict can never lead to any good governance.
So let's go to the last section of the podcast, which is the recommendation section. Pratyush, what's your recommendation?
So I am reading a book, बहुत अच्छा book है. Its name is Editor Missing by Rubin Banerjee. It's about the state of Indian media. Like, Rubin was in Outlook. And like, how the promoters as well as editors are being pressurized because of the revenue models as well as the shrinking business of the media. And basically what Newslaundry often say, no, ki, pay to keep news free. So of course it is in that line too. So I'm reading it, and I find it very interesting. It has a lot of anecdotal reference to many things in the media, and I would recommend this everyone who has an interest in media should read this book, or whoever is a journalist. So I haven't completed it, so
Okay.
I can speak more of it once I complete it.
Okay. And Shiv, what's your recommendation?
I didn't read any book, not as intellectual as this guy, but I would recommend his article where he's talking about the complaint against Naresh Kumar with the Lokpal and A to Z. Firm,
This profile basically.
Yeah, so I think Naresh
The
Kumar's
profile.
profile is very good. I think I'll read it. I haven't read it, but I'll read it. Sure.
My recommendation for the week is Washington Post story by Jerry Shee and Anand Gupta, in which they have looked into how the central government is controlling Netflix and Amazon. And I think it's a must read. And with that, this podcast is adjourned.
Journalism at Newslaundry is powered by the public, because when the public pays, the public is served. Visit newslaundry.com/subscription and pick a payment plan of your choice. Pay to keep news free and independent. Your future, and indeed the future of democracy, depends on it.